Hello again, folks. This is a travel day, and as always, travel days are bittersweet. But this time, it's going to be a little bit different because we're traveling a little bit fancy today. We're bonding with the room for the last time. I'd like to take a lot of pictures and videos of hotel rooms we've been in for later viewing and reminiscing. As I mentioned before, this room looks more like a condo studio unit than a hotel room due to its size and plan. We will surely miss this room. We're now walking towards the other wing called the Pearl Wing, where our ride would come and pick us up. We're running a little late and we have already changed rides at this point. We're now at the Pearl Wing entrance to wait for our ride to the airport. Our next trip back here would be 2 years from now. Gotta save for it first. We're at the airport now and about to enter, and this time we're actually excited to go inside even though we're about to leave the country. The reason why is because for the next 2 flights back home, my wife and I will be flying business class, thanks again in part to my son, who subsidized this new experience for us. He paid for one of us to fly business class, so we paid for the other one ourselves. Now, instead of just passing by the business class section every time we get on board planes, this time we'll actually stay in that section and experience once and for all what it's like to fly something other than economy. This time we're using ANA, or All Nippon Airways, Japan's largest airline, for our flights back home. We're now looking for their lounge to have breakfast before boarding the plane. After a few minutes of walking, we found it, and for the first time, we're about to experience having a meal in an airport lounge. Better late than never, I always say.
Your coffee, now you can get your stuff.
Once again to all the passengers of China's Airlines, let's seize 3078 bound to Guangzhou. Please board
Huwag mong ibitin kung ayaw mo.
That was a wonderful experience. They also serve beer and liquor, but I resisted the urge to do some liver tapping because it's still quite early in the morning. But I already had my fill of their good food until the next meal on board the plane.
Oo. Umiiyak nung bumalik eh. Wala.
This is it, folks. We're about to experience our very first business class flight. I gotta have a lot of footage of my seat for posterity. I'm still hoping to experience this more than once, but if not, at least I have these memories to look back on.
Bakay.
Did you want my map? Did I pronounce right?
Yeah, you did.
Welcome aboard AN.
Expect arrival at Narita International Airport at 2:40 p.m. local time. Enjoy the flight. Thank you.
The meal has arrived. Of course, I ordered red wine with my meal. At this point, I could no longer have food without wine or beer. These drinks bring out the best in any food I eat. Even at home, I can't resist having wine with my food. Still can't get over this leg room. There's a button you can push to adjust your position relative to the leg room so you can actually lie down. For our flight to Chicago, we're still flying business class and still with Anna. I guess it's a package deal. That means we'll have another lounge experience. Usually, when we travel back home, we experience mixed emotions. We feel sad because our travel days are over, and at the same time we feel glad we're going home to our family and pets, including a feral cat, Muning, I feed every day at our backyard. But this time, we're actually happy because we're experiencing something new. You're never too old to experience something new.
We're in Japan, going back home. I didn't open my bag. I didn't open my purse.
Thank you. Have a nice next flight. Have a nice flight. ありがとうございました。
We're about to have another lounge meal. This lounge is much bigger than the one in Manila, and the gadgets in serving food are high-tech, because we're in Japan. But the one in Manila looks more like a restaurant. After our meal at the lounge and while going to our gate, my wife mentioned that people who always fly business class are lucky because they get to relax and have a good meal while waiting for their flight. I told her that people like us sometimes get lucky too. We're now on board our second business class flight. We're admiring our seats on this flight that look more like cubicles due to the ample space allocated to each passenger. This time we're side by side in the middle part of the plane. We're far from the window, but it's okay. I'm not sure if the middle seats or cubicles are bigger than the ones near the window, but it sure feels like it.
This is much better than the other one kasi parang room. I think you can close it, sweetheart. You can close it para makatulog. All the way here, you can close it. My neighbor.
I chose a Japanese meal again, same as the last one. I also ordered the usual red wine, and I took advantage of the situation and ordered a shot of Suntory red whiskey, which was included in the menu. I remember the flight attendant telling me that it's strong, but I said I could take it. She said that I should chase it afterwards with water. I pointed to the wine instead and said, "That's a much better chaser." It's time to rest and we're preparing the bed. My wife's a heavy sleeper, and with this arrangement she wouldn't have a problem sleeping. I'm a light sleeper though, so I know I would be awake all the way to Chicago. Still, lying down is much better.
Making up my bed. While watching. Yung isa kong bed. Oh. Pwede si Aya doon, no? Kasi si Aya, dalawa sila. May privacy over there. Ay, sabihin yung mga pinto. See that? Nice.
We're in our own hemisphere now, and they serve breakfast. I ordered a Japanese meal while my wife chose the option with sandwiches. Every meal we ate was so good. We still couldn't get over how large our spaces were. They really look like office cubicles. I'm truly grateful we were able to experience this. We have arrived in Chicago on our way to our last connecting flight to DC through Ronald Reagan Airport. We keep on saying DC, but there's actually no airport in DC if I'm not mistaken. The airports serving the area are actually located in Maryland and Virginia. The Ronald Reagan Airport is actually located in Virginia. What a wonderful trip that was. Let's do some reminiscing, shall we? All in all, our total travel time from the Philippines to our Ultra-Sweet Abode was 18 hours more or less. As usual, it'll take me 2 weeks to recover from jet lag. It's nice to be back home again and back to our usual routines. First thing I'm gonna do is clean the house and hopefully remove the pee and poo smells. In any case, it's always good to have a home to go back to after a long time of traveling. At this point, I can never be a nomad who sells everything he owns just to travel full time. I want to maintain a home base I could go back to so that I could regroup, be with my family, save, and when the time comes, start a new travel series. But first, I have to clean my house. Goodbye for now, and watch out for our next travel series.
Did you get me something to eat?